Hello everyone. In today's video I'd like to talk about a pigeon that a lot of you guys know about. Today we're going to talk about the history of the bird Shock from the Maney Lofts channel. He's quite a popular bird on Kurt's channel, but he was actually bred over here. So let's take a look at his family and his relations and talk about what kind of racing pedigree he has. So we'll start with Shock's father, and this is him here. And the funny thing is, Kurt often talks about how calm Shock is, and his father is the complete opposite. He's angry, he's aggressive, he's territorial, and he always likes to fight. He's quite old, he's 13 years old I think, and an interesting thing about him is that although he looks like a checker, he's actually a blue bar. He's a sooty blue bar. So he carries the sooty modifier gene, which causes all of this dark markings on his windshield. But genetically, if not for the sooty gene, he would be a blue bar. Like I said, he is quite old. He's bred in 2007, but he has been quite a successful breeder, and he's actually related to most of the birds in the loft at the moment. Anyway, that's enough about him. Let's have a look at Shock's mother. So this is Shock's mum. As you can see, this is where Shock gets his dark check colour from. And she is also a pied pigeon. She actually looks quite a lot like Shock, and you can see why I originally thought he was a hen. He looks just like her, just like his mother, who definitely is a hen. She only had a short racing career herself. She raced for one season and only had a couple of races, but she was a race winner. And she has a lot of winners in her pedigree as well. And I'm sure she would have passed on those winning genes to Shock if he was going to race as well. And this one is her brother, her nursemaid actually, and he was a race winner as well. So you can see it's quite a successful winning family. This one's not a dark checker, he's just a regular blue checker. And he's a bit bigger than the sister and a bit bigger than Shock as well. But again, a very, very, very nice pigeon. And then we have the father of the two birds I just showed you. This is actually Shock's grandfather. Now he actually wasn't raced, but both of his parents were winners as well. So as you can see, the wins are just piling up in Shock's family. He is a nice red checker, but obviously Shock didn't get the red gene. I think Kurt has him paired up to a red hen though, so if we're lucky, Shock will produce some red children. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you might recognise this one as the cock that I paired up to my barless hen. So the birds in my barless project are going to be related to Shock, who you've seen on the Maney Lofts channel. But I just wanted to point that out to show that I really am putting the best birds that I have into my colour projects. It's not just a colour project, it's a colour racing project. And then finally we have this really big girl, and yes, although she's a giant, she's a hen. This is Shock's sister. The sooty blue bar that I showed you at the beginning is her father as well. And she's actually one of the most successful racing pigeons we've ever produced here. She had a long career. She raced, I think, for 16. I think she had 16 races over 1 or 2 years. And she was the first bird home at least 4 times. And I'd have to check the records, but I'm pretty sure she had 3 or 4 top 10 federation positions. So she really was a nice, reliable racing pigeon. So really, Kurt's quite lucky to have Shock in his loft. Every time I see him on the video, I get a little bit jealous that we don't have him here anymore. But he really is a blue-blooded pigeon. I couldn't have sent anything better over to Kurt, anything better than Shock. So I really hope Kurt's enjoying having Shock over there. And I hope that he produces some more winners when Kurt starts racing over there in Perth. Anyway guys, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little history of Shock video, and I'll catch you guys next time.